Exit made this.
I was down bad. When mommy told me that
But you can see the bars all the way to the left tend to be the 18-19 year, and then the bright green represent this school year. So you can see this is our kindergarten literacy data, and I won't talk about what each of these measures are, but they're predictive measures for specific skills that lead up to an outcome we want for literacy. So you can see we're consistently doing better than we're.
There was this big belief that the pandemic was going to set everybody far behind.
Yep.
Not, so maybe that did. Maybe these scores would be even better if the pandemic didn't happen. But just for our elementary students, not the case.
So our second grade year, you can see continued growth. Some of our measures we had 4 years ago, some of them we did not. So that's why in some cases you only see two. Here's third grade, and you see our Lexile scores approaching that 90% mark, but pretty good continued growth. Fourth grade, we see fifth grade and sixth grade too, really making a lot of gains in a lot of different areas. Our performance last year across the state, in particular, the math performance. That is where we knew students had the greatest struggle. So what I showed to you today is by grade level. This is across the entire district when we take all kids from grades 2 to grades 8. On the iReady assessment, the percent of students who are at or above grade level, and the bright green represents this year versus last year. So pretty significant gains in both literacy and math. And then we break it down by grade level, and you can see in grade 2 big jumps in math in comparison to last year. Grade 3, very consistent gains.
So when you're seeing some of these numbers, just there's so much to say about this. It's supposed to be, hopefully I'll go back into that other lecture. So that's what they did to this. It's a fundamental skill. It's a building block. And the same thing for literacy. And I remember one of our early conversations, I think it was in November, when he showed me the scores and where the kids were and where they had gone, I'd never seen that before. Using our curriculum and going through it because we never took
80% of our students at or above grade level. That means our curriculum and instruction is doing its job. It doesn't mean that we're not focusing on the other 20%. It just means our general curriculum instruction is doing its job. And we have supports in place for young folks. We were so thrilled when it was 79.7. I said, it rounds up to 80. He said, does it? And I go, it does.
But it is something that has come up in other places that I want to make sure that that's something for like getting out ahead of, where it's, my kid got, this for their.
They have the same day to 8th grade, it's the upbeat consequence of it, and then kind of the age appropriate plays into play. So a lot of people like 7th grader, a lot of people, Jonathan, can handle 11th grader when it comes to some of these things. So it's all developmental. So I think that's why the handbook is written in a way that has that flexibility, sort of more severe things, 0 days suspension to 10 or to 3. So there's just that leeway to implement age-appropriate consequences.
Yeah, I'm just glad you guys are planning to sort of talk through some of that, because I think that it could set, people up for being pitted against each other.
the objectives. That was based on brainstorming and from the stakeholders and how do you categorize all those things that got brought up, and mirrored a lot of what was in the original one, which isn't surprising. These are pretty general categories. Almost okay. Have a great summer.
Exit made this.
I was down bad.